What is going on, guys? I wanted to make this video on Draymond Green because I feel like nowadays in the NBA, everyone goes crazy for these big scoring outbursts, and rightfully so. We got a lot of really talented scorers in this league, but I feel like this performance from Draymond was almost as impressive as like a 40-point game or, a 35-point game. And it's a lot easier for it to go unnoticed because a lot of things are happening off the ball. And again, it's on the defensive side of the ball. But it was just such an impressive performance to me. I had so much fun watching him work, and so it inspired me to make a YouTube video just on everything that he did on the defensive side of the ball. I appreciate you guys watching. Likes and subscriptions are definitely appreciated. But ultimately, I hope that this just gives you a better appreciation for Draymond and what he does on the defensive end of the ball. All right. The first thing is just going to be one-on-one defense with AD. And the big thing here is he knows exactly what AD wants to get to from this position. The first thing is he loves to rip through and just beat guys off the dribble to the right. Dre shades him to the left because he knows that, stops that. And then the second thing AD loves to do is one dribble and a step back to the left. Dre knows that, knocks him off balance with the dribble, and then he knows right here the turnaround's coming. Perfect position. All three moves AD considered shut off by Dre. All right, now you got pick and roll defender Draymond Green. So high pick and roll with AD and LeBron. Dre forces LeBron to the side with more help, and then right here, Dre's a master at this. He shows just enough to make LeBron not want to drive through that and pass it to AD, and then as soon as he does, boom, Dre's back, perfect protection at the rim, and the Warriors are out. All right, we got pick and roll Dre again, and he was so deep in Dennis Schroeder's mind the whole game here. So you'll come see 80 sets of screen. Dennis actually rejects it and gets some separation here. Dre immediately recognizes it, comes and helps out, and then right here, as soon as he notices Dennis Schroeder's no longer a threat, boom, within a millisecond, he says, "Can't go get that." Then boom, right here. He doesn't do anything crazy here, but it's like, I'm here if you need me. I'm here if anything breaks down. I'm not going to go crazy. He sees right here, all right, Kent kind of has this baby double on Drummond. No need to triple team. I will go and be able to get back out to AD if you pass it out. Almost baits him out to it. And then ultimately, we'll live. Like, Braun's great, but we will live with these jumpers. All right, so the first part of this clip is just Dre being a dog. Do you know how many NBA players right here in this position would just get bullied in the post? But he forces AD out of rhythm. They repost at the elbow. And then right here, he knows he has guys that can kind of, on that side of the ball, bother AD if he wants to turn around and fade. So right here, he uses that to his advantage. Steph comes over with some good help. Mulder kind of stunts at him there too. Kent's in the passing lanes, and then we out. All right, now we have more of a center field Dre, and look how attentive and locked in he is. His assignment is AD, but he's making sure nothing breaks down early with Schroeder and Trez. Then he's like, all right, we're good. Gets back out on AD, and again, AD's a threat here, so he can't come double this right away. And Juan's got this, but watch, as soon as he sees this Trez spin right here, there is no damn way Trez is passing out of this. He comes in. I don't know how much of it is Juan or Dre, but you got to think it affects the shot a little bit. All right, if any of Dennis Schroeder's family is watching, you're going to want to skip this one. So Dennis gets some space here again, but as soon as Dre sees that backwards dribble, not a threat, quick switch. AD's going to come, set a screen for Schroeder, and this is just Draymond using his mind. He's going to show like he's helping JK steal for the Warriors, and they're out and running. Like, come on, Dennis. So Draymond has to guard AD all night, but he also knows, especially when Looney's not in, he has to be ready to help to protect the rim. So here, Dennis kind of blows by Steph. He's quick. And Draymond knows, okay, AD's not in a super dangerous position. And then right here, he commits to this double because he knows Schroeder can't make that pass back to AD. This is the most ridiculous part, though. He closes out under control, and AD doesn't shoot that because he knows Draymond can affect it. Dre closes out under control, forces him to give it up. It ends up in a Lakers 3, but still, bro. All right, get ready to meet Big Dick Dre right here. So, transition opportunity for the Lakers. Braun's going to make the right read here as he sees Draymond's hanging in the paint to make sure he can't drive. So, he kicks it to the open shooter, and again, this is Big Dick Dre. He's feeling himself. He knows Schroeder isn't in rhythm. And, like, this is Draymond. He knows where everyone is. I really just think, look at him. Does he look concerned at all? I really think he's just comfortable with Dennis Schroeder taking the shot. He's going to stunt like he's coming. He's going to get back into the position, and this is where it gets ridiculous. Tough bounce. He's going to come over and make sure Braun doesn't have a clean look. Braun actually gets him up in the air, and then watch this. Would you believe me if I told you he blocked this? Come on now, bro. So this is more of Dre just being a center fielder, but I really want you to notice how intentional he is with his positioning as the play is developing off ball. So he sees he has to come here and then watch. As soon as Schroeder gets this ball, he starts inching back, inching back, inching. So he's in a position for when Schroeder commits, he's there to protect the rim. But so many players would have been stuck out on AD at the three right there. And you couldn't even blame him because AD can shoot that three, but that's what makes Dre so special is his ability to balance both of those two things. Next, we're going to get some closeout Dre. He just has a knack for never fouling and closing out in control. Look where he is when that ball is released. Like, that's got to affect the shot. All right, this is probably my favorite Draymond possession in the game, and you're going to see right here, LeBron has an opportunity to get downhill on Kevon Looney. Dre recognizes that, is ready to help, forces Braun to make the pass out to Schroeder. Now, we get lucky he's not going to shoot, but as soon as Draymond gets down from his contest, he sprints to that closeout with AD. We're going to stop it there again. You can't tell me that didn't affect the shot. AD normally doesn't miss that poorly, but the possession's not over. Look at this. Look at the positioning that AD has. He's balls deep in the paint. And you know how many players right here, stop it right here, would get scored on by AD? Draymond forces him to give it up to Drummond, which is already a win. Loon goes up. Warriors get the board, and they're out. All right, this is just middle linebacker Dre. He has the whole set scouted, and he talks his team through it the whole time. So you're going to see Schroeder try and go set a pin down curl for KCP, but they top lock him, force him to go under. Dre's talking Looney through to go out, and as soon as KCP releases this pass, Dre's telling Kent, go out to the shooter, and watch Loon book his ass back into the paint so Dre can go out there. Then Loon right here, just in case Schroeder got a look, nope. Dennis relocates to the corner, and then right here, doesn't even think about it. Looney goes. He knows Dre has his back, and he can go out and get Schroeder, and then we'll live with Caruso ISOing on Wiggins. That possession doesn't happen without great defensive communication. Here's Dre using his mind to blow up another pick and roll. You're going to see, again, it's about knowing where other guys like to take shots. So right here, Caruso gets some separation, but Dre continues to back up because he knows right here Caruso's not a threat. And then he's going to stab at Caruso, catch him off guard, and that really doesn't happen often. Caruso's a pretty damn steady ball handler. All right, this is just art by Dre. So you're going to see originally Kyle's going to come from the corner, and Dre recognizes he has to get out there, or Kuzma probably has a good look. But pretty quickly after, he realizes the action is set to post AD up. And so look at how much space he gives Kuz, because he can tell Kuz isn't a threat. He's not looking to shoot it. It makes the passing angle super tough. Kuz has to give it up, and look at Dre go to work off ball right here. So he communicates with his boy Steph, hey, I'm going to go help. You need to be ready to close out if AD passes out of it. And then it gets even better. AD sees it. It's kind of like, all right, this is kind of a weird help. And Dre's going to fake and leave like he's leaving the help. AD sees that, turns around to shoot the fadeaway, and as soon as Dre sees that, he comes back, baits AD into it, and the Warriors will live with that look from AD. Dre's just always one step ahead in the pick and roll. You'll see Caruso comes off the AD screen, actually looks like he can get downhill. Dre can't jump the highest. He's not the tallest, but Caruso goes up, and Dre just says, give me that. Warriors out and running. All right, here's Dre doing it again. He's going to make sure nothing breaks down early with Schroeder, like many, many times before. Now, AD's going to set the screen and actually catch Steph. Schroeder gets a step, and so Dre's going to help, forces it back out, and then watch the communication here. He sees right here, JP has to be the guy to help AD because he's kind of in no man's land. KCP's going to the corner. Dre has to stay on this side, and JP's like, are you sure? Are you sure? Okay, fine, I'll go. And he leaves, and then Draymond knows, okay, now I got to get both these guys. Mulder's on Schroeder. Watch this pass. Ridiculous pass from Braun to the corner, but Dre can guard too. He's quickly out to get Wes Matthews. Right here, he gets it into quick. Draymond again knows he can probably stunt at Kuz. Kuz isn't really looking out, forces the tough shot, and the Warriors get the board. Again, Dre's just elite at baiting guards in the pick and roll. So you'll see here as Dennis turns the corner, Dre will step back to make Dennis think he can come in, pull up into this shot. Dre sees that, comes back, closes out. And I can't lie, this is a shitty entrance pass, but Dre still does a good job to get his hand to it. So Dre's going to stop this pick and roll like he's been doing all game, force the pass out to Kuz. Kuz has a little bit of space on a smaller defender and Mulder, so Dre shows, make sure he has nothing in the paint. And then right here, I love this. If he can force Shorter to pump fake, that second shot, no matter what, is tougher and you'll live, you'll see. And then Dre, because he closes out so well consistently, gets the respect of the refs. It's a tough shot. And look, I don't know how he does it, but you see the 80 pin down curl when Braun passes it, 80's open, but Drake comes through, pokes it away, and he just has a knack for doing that. All right, guys, that about wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed the Draymond Green experience as much as I did. We're heading deep into these playoffs, and so you're going to see a lot of these games are going to become more and more like chess matches, way more so than you'd see in the regular season. So, a lot of really interesting things to be on the lookout for. I'm going to try and create 1 to 2 videos during the week during these playoffs. It's just really hard. I'm not a good editor. I'm still getting used to this, as you guys can probably tell, but we're going to get better. So be on the lookout for that. If you don't already, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at Hoops Drive. And then I also have 2 podcasts available on every platform available. One is a daily betting podcast, and the other one is just going to be NBA news related and analysis related, just talking about big picture things that are happening. But I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will see you next time.